After a demanding academic year, thousands of matrics across the country are celebrating their achievements. Independent schools have released their matric exam results, and our reporters are out in various schools across Gauteng, bringing you the latest. Well, let's cross now to eNCA's Masego Rahlaga. She's standing by at the King David High School in Linksfield. Masego, how did King David fare?
Well, actually, I think with King David, eNCA, what's special is that what we found out is that they had 3 sets of twins who actually all got between 9 and 6 distinctions each. But I am with the headmaster of the school, and before I speak to her, I just wanted to, tell you how special the class of 2021 is, really, because not only was schooling disrupted during their matric year, but also remember they had those 5 or 6 months or so where South Africa was on level 5 of the lockdown because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and they were expected to learn from home, and that actually requires somebody to be very strict with themselves and make sure that they meet all the requirements that are expected without having access, physical access to their teachers. And you can only imagine how difficult that is for some people who, for instance, are not very independent and really do need that time with their teachers. But let me speak to the principal of King David High School. Very well done on how you fared this year. How proud are you of the class of 2021, especially after what I've told my colleague eNCA about their 2 years, very important years of high school, being so difficult?
Thank you so much. I really am very happy and thrilled, and at many levels humbled by such magnificent results. And you're absolutely right. I think that grade 11 is the foundation for matric, and the fact that these students were on a real, on a very hard lockdown. Our students had never studied online. They had to, take themselves into and be disciplined. And I think that this is a testament to them, that their resilience, their grit, their courage, and their determination to do well. And I think that that's a testimony to themselves, to their parents, and certainly to the staff of the school, who also had to pivot from, instead of doing online face-to-face teaching, but had to go online.
So how did you do it in these 2 years, really? I mean, some schools couldn't even achieve close to what you have.
So I think we were very blessed that, most of our students do have access to computers. They were able to go on to what we have as Microsoft Teams. And so teaching, within 2 weeks, our staff needed to learn how to use Teams. The children had to learn how to use Teams. And I just think it was just through, as you said just now, just real discipline and being able to know what the stakes were, and they did it unbelievably.
And I know that King David's also one of those schools where you have to be good at least at some sports activity and culture activity. There are some people who don't want to get into being a doctor or some sort of scientist, tell me about how the school makes sure that they understand the importance of a balanced life.
Yeah, I think that it's not that we have that the kids have to be good at sport or cultural, but I think that we do encourage it very much, and I think that's what was so difficult in the last 2 years, that many of those extramural activities that do give children outlets weren't available. And I think that this is the challenge that we face of kids not having had those outlets, being cooped inside, not having access to sports, different sports or different cultural activities. Because I do believe that students need that balance between extramural activities as well as academics, and I think that's been the challenge, and I think that's the challenge that remains at the moment.
And just tell me about the support that you offer to those students. I mean, for instance, eNCA, I wasn't an A student. I was more a B or C or even a D sometimes, and it doesn't mean that I was a failure. You know what I mean? So what do you say to those pupils who don't feel like the attention is on them right now, but they did manage to pass matric?
I think that what makes our school so exceptional, if I may say so, and why our results are so brilliant, is that we're a community school. We do not have any entrance exams, and we had a certain percentage of our student body. There were 27 students that had come in with barriers to learning, had come from remedial schools, and all of them have achieved university entrance. And so I think that the mark of the school is the ability for the school to get all their students to reach their potential, and it doesn't matter what the potential is. I think today we focus on the distinctions and we focus on those high achievers, but I think, you know, we are really, really proud of those kids who nobody believed they would get a matric. They themselves didn't believe they would get a matric, and now have access to do whatever they want. So I think that, you know, the message is that everybody has the ability, and everybody must work on what their strengths are, not worry about anybody else, because one's own potential will take you, and your belief in yourself will take you to many, many places. So I'm proud of every single one of the students at King David.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Well, eNCA, there you have it, and I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, I don't know about you, there was one pupil here that I spoke to, and she was a little bit disappointed because in maths she received 79%, and I thought, my goodness, I did higher grade maths and I passed it with 49%. So if you're disappointed in yourself and you got 79, you can see how special the class of 2021 is, and how they really just wanted to prove to the world that even with those challenges that were posed by COVID-19, they could do it.
Thanks so much to eNCA's Masego Rahlaga.